Well, families of the victims of the 1972 Munich massacre are planning to boycott the 50th anniversary memorial due to long-standing disputes with German authorities. Now, that's according to a new report in the New York Times. The attack carried out by the Palestinian Black September group left 11 Israelis dead after being held hostage. The families of the victims have maintained that the compensation and damages fall on Germany for its failure to protect the athletes. Now, Israeli President Isaac Herzog is scheduled to attend the memorial, which is slated for September 5th in Munich. For more on this now, let's bring in Anki Spitzer, the widow of slain Olympic coach Andre Spitzer. Anki, thank you so much for joining us this evening on the program. Now, 50 years later, and still issues with the German government about the damages. But I want you to tell the viewers first what this entire experience has been like for you.
Well, it has been an abuse by the German authorities for the past 50 years. It's absolutely surrealistic. But, first of all, they did not prevent the attack, which they could have because they got prior information. Then they did not protect our Israeli athletes. Then they were too arrogant to accept help that Israel was offering them. And then the fourth thing was that the rescue operation was a total fiasco. Nobody knew what they were doing, and they did not even save one Israeli. They saved 3 Palestinian terrorists, but not one Israeli. So after this, we of course wanted to know what happened to our husbands. We wanted to have documentation. We wanted to have ballistic reports, forensic reports, investigation reports, and they lied to us for 20 years that they had nothing. And because one German citizen who worked at the archives and who saw me asking for this, he stole out of the archives 80 pages. And with these 80 pages, we had to struggle our way through until they finally opened that archive with 4,000 files and hundreds of forensic pictures. And then they kept on just fooling us, lying to us, humiliating to us. They would say to us, "You brought terror on German soil." And I said, "Me?" They said, "No, the Israeli delegation." And these terrorists, they were not terrorists, they were freedom fighters. This was the idea of the Bavarian, especially the Bavarian, but also the German authorities. Now, we asked 3 things from President Steinmeier, the president of Germany. 1, a public apology after 50 years with taking full responsibility. 2, opening of all the archives. And 3, a just compensation based on international standards, because the attack in Munich was an international terror attack. And they have, today we received a letter from the federal government that they are not going to change their prior humiliating offer, even an offer that President Herzog of Israel called a joke. And I said, no, it's not a joke. It is an insult. And I would like to add that President Herzog from Israel also decided this evening that he is backing up the families, and he is also canceling his trip to the memorial services in Munich, just like us, the families, will do.
Well, yes, that was going to be my next question for you. If the Israeli president went through with his trip to Munich, how would that have made you feel?
No, I would have given legitimation to the German authorities. And I think 50 years of abuse is enough. And if they said they are going to take full responsibility, President Steinmeier of Germany is going to announce it publicly. So I said, okay, but taking responsibility, this is not only hollow words or rhetoric, you have to pay a price for this. And, so where is it? Because you cannot keep abusing us any longer. We are not going to take it. And we sent a letter to the host of the memorial ceremonies in Munich, the minister president of Bavaria, that we have decided that all the families are not coming. We were supposed to fly with a special plane with 200 people, also Olympic athletes, also all the families, the children, the grandchildren, including the president of Israel. But after they are treating us the way they do, we have decided that it is enough with all this abuse and we are not coming. And the plane has been canceled and all the hotel rooms in Munich have been canceled. We will not be there. And I asked President Steinmeier, who are you going to have the memorial service for if the families are not going to be there? Only to ease your national German conscience that you can say, we had memorial services. First, do what you have to do and do justice after 50 years of humiliating us. And that's our final decision.